Good afternoon, everyone. I'm doing a double check here. All right. It is great to have you all gathered with us today. Welcome to La Mesa First United Methodist Church. I'm Reverend Christian Dement, pastor here and in the neighborhood, and it is a true blessing and honor to have this wonderful benefit concert for the Southern Caregivers Resource Center that has been coordinated and organized by a longtime member of our church, Elizabeth Saunders. And I just want to lift up that it is her and her family that is sitting there in that pew. You can wave, Saunders family, and yes, wonderful. Caroline has been a longtime member of our church and has received great support from Southern Caregivers Resource Center. And so it was on the heart of the family to provide this opportunity. And Elizabeth and her friends have the wonderful talent of music, along with a family that's surrounding and supporting them, even people who are folding bulletins and stapling them, to put this on. And so we welcome you this afternoon. I promised I will say few words and let the music tell the story. So I'm going to get out of the way, but I do want to let you know that we will have a reception to follow. So if you step out of the sanctuary, turn left, and there is a social hall, and there will be refreshments there. And also, if you do need to use the restroom, you can go straight back and to the left, and others will be out there to guide you. Welcome, and let us enjoy a beautiful afternoon of music.
Like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are most alone, the memory of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer. It wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memory of love will see you through. Oh, love to some is like a cloud, to some as strong as steel, for some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go, and some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like the ocean, full of conflict, full of change, like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go, and some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like the mountains, full of conflict, full of pain, like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. I have some notes that I thought were sitting here, but I just realized they're not, so I'm going to pick them up. I'll use the copy I gave to her, and I'll be sure to let her know what's happening. So, I think someone might have moved my notes. Thinking they shouldn't have been on the chair. Yeah, hang on. No, there's something else. There's another piece. And I'm right here. Be right back. Nope, it's something else. It's 2 free pages. I'll look for it online. My apologies. So this is a perfect example. So this whole preparing this, so I care at home for my mother. I'm my mom's primary caregiver, and I've received so much benefit from the Southern Caregiver Resource Center that I really wanted to give something back, and so this concert was a way to do that. But you know, putting together the concert has been a lot like the caregiving experience. You do everything, you prepare everything, you learn how to do all the things, you get everything in order, and then something happens that you couldn't have predicted. So here we are. We're living in the midst of the caregiving experience, and you just sort of punt in the moment. You do the best you can with what you got in the moment. So my apologies to keep you waiting. So there is, when I was high school, junior high, something like that. No, sorry, high school or early 20s. My father, I'm just going to look for my readings here. My father gave me and my sisters a book. It was called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, very famous book. And there were two, for most of my life, that book has stayed on my bedside table and really been a constant companion throughout my life. And when I was putting this concert together, I was really reflecting on why I came across the country to care for my mom. And I was really putting together songs that sort of fed me, that hopefully will feed you, and songs that either give me strength or just make me just sort of reflect ways that I feel about things that are going on. And as I was putting the songs together, I realized that 2 of the readings, 2 of the chapters from The Prophet really are pretty much what got me out here, and just sort of living with those for a lot of my life. So I will read you some shortened excerpts from a couple of those sections. When love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And the other reading is on work. You work that you may keep pace with the earth and the soul of the earth. For to be idle is to become a stranger unto the seasons, and to step out of life's procession that marches in majesty and proud submission towards the infinite. When you work, you are a flute through whose heart the whispering of the hours turns to music. Which of you would be a reed, dumb and silent, when all else sings together in unison? But I say to you that when you work, you fulfill a part of earth's furthest dream, assigned to you when the dream was born. And in keeping yourself with labor, you are in truth loving life. And to love life through labor is to be intimate with life's inmost secret. Work is love made visible. So, growing up, reflecting on those things, it was pretty much a no-brainer that when Mom was coming home and entering hospice care, that I should come home so that Mom could come home to her house. This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor I can stand on my own 2 feet. On this chair I can write my lessons. On this pillow I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, well, it's perfect for tea. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. On these walls I hang wonderful pictures. Through this window I can watch the seasons change. By this lamp I can read, and I am set free. And when it's cold outside, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. And there is nowhere I would rather be. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. This is my house. This is my house. And it isn't much, but it is enough. And when it's cold and bleak, I feel no fear. Even in the fiercest storms, I am warmed by this small but stubborn fire. Even when outside it's freezing, I don't pay much heed. I know that everything I need is in here. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. So my student, Susan Quintine, was planning to fly out here from New York City to sing for you all today as well, but she cares for her father-in-law. And the coverage that was planned for him that would have enabled her to fly here fell through. We both really wanted the songs that she had prepared to be shared with you. So in the midst of her duties there, she and I have video recorded her songs so that you can take them in as well today. They are a collection of songs that she and I and others have written, and she has recorded over the last couple of weeks in the midst of her work at home. Two of them that are our compositions are the premieres of those compositions, and we're really excited that this is where that's happening. Caregivers, the song later on in the program, Caregivers, it's so new that it hasn't even been produced yet. So you are going to hear her singing it a cappella. The other song that we wrote together, Hidden Places, was recently produced, and you will hear it as it was intended by the songwriters. But first, keeping with the theme of home, here is a song from The Wiz.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. Wind that makes the tall trees bend into leaning. Suddenly the snowflakes that fall have a meaning. Sprinkling the scene makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back now that I have some direction. It would sure be nice to be back home where there's love and affection. And then maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time be my friend. Let me start again. Suddenly my world gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have found my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. So if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should understand the things that we see. Tell me, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it taught me to love, and it's real to me. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours, like mine, like home.
I belong here where the dusty road curls by. Yes, I belong here where the birches touch the sky. There's nothing splendid or remarkable in any way, but I open the shutter each day and it dazzles my eye. There's a schoolhouse and a noisy country store, a hill of lilac and a bridge and not much more. And so if one day to the ends of the earth I may roam, I still belong here. I'll belong here on this speck of earth I call home. reassuring arm, though I may wander to a far and remarkable place. With just one little look at your face, I'm at peace and at home. Let the whole world search for fortune and for fame, but I won't answer when the west wind calls my name. And let the whole world travel on to a faraway star, but I belong here. I belong here. I belong wherever you are. As I was trying to decide the order of this program, I found that there were several songs that had very similar messages, and I thought I should pick one over another. But I couldn't decide on just one over another because they were all really very meaningful. So I decided I would just let the concert have a somewhat free organization in parts, as if it were a playlist that I had made on today's theme that had been set to random play. So that's what we have for some of this. So with that in mind, I'm going to go from I Won't Last a Day Without You to Candle on the Water to Let Me Be There to Let Me Be There. Pete's going to join us on the ukulele. And if you feel like joining in on any of these songs, please do. You're absolutely welcome to. Day after day, I must face a world of strangers where I don't belong. I'm not that strong. It's nice to know that there's someone I can turn to who will always care. You're always there when there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. So many times when the city seems to be without a friendly face, a lonely place, it's nice to know that you'll be there if I need you, and you'll always smile. It's all worthwhile when there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. Touch me and I end up singing. Troubles seem to up and disappear. You touch me with the love you're bringing. I can't really lose when you're near. When you're near me, if all my friends have forgotten half their promises, they're not unkind, just hard to find. One look at you, and I know that I could learn to live without the rest. I've found the best when there's no getting over you. I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you will always burn. I know you're lost and drifting, but the clouds are lifting. Don't give up, you have somewhere to turn. I'll be your candle on the water, till every wave is warm and bright. My soul is there beside you. Let this candle guide you. Soon you'll see a golden stream of light. A cold and friendless tide has found you. Don't let the stormy darkness pull you down. I'll paint a ray of hope around you, circling in the air, lighted by a prayer. I'll be your candle on the water. This flame inside of me will grow. Keep holding on, you'll make it. Here's my hand, so take it. Look for me, reaching out to show, as sure as rivers flow. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you The inimitable Peter Hicks. Sure, you want to sit or stand? Go stand. Okay, cool. All right, it's like 1, 4, 5, 1, 1. All right. Here we go. Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know I always want to be there, holding your hand and standing by to catch you when you fall, seeing you through in everything you do. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever is wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there, watching you grow and going through the changes in your life. That's how I know I always want to be there. Whenever you feel you need a friend to lean on, here I am. Whenever you call, you know I'll be there. Let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. Let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there.
All right. See you in a few minutes.
Yep. All right. I'll step aside now. I apologize. Javier.
I
I was looking at the wrong information. This is really the caregiver experience right here. This is the way it all goes. So, wanted to let you all know, I had originally asked Susan to sing the Michael J. Smith song, I Will Carry You, but she misunderstood and thought that I was referring to this song by Ellie Holcomb. And when she sang this song for me, I was really glad that she had misunderstood, because this fits the theme of today even better than, and I never knew this song before, so I'm really thrilled. This song speaks to me, that you're going to hear in a second, both as someone caring for my mother, meaning like these words are mine to her, how I feel about being with her, as well as being myself, someone who sometimes needs to feel like I'm being carried as I care for Mom. So I think there's a really special dual meaning inside of this song.
I know you're tired, I see it in your eyes. All that anxiety that rules your mind. I'll be your shield when you don't feel like you've got strength enough to fight. I'll stand by your side. I will carry darkest night when you're terrified. I will carry you when the waters rise, when your hope runs dry. I will carry you. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You don't have to hide the parts of you that ache. I'll choose you as you are 1,000,000 times, 'cause I am not ashamed of you. I am not afraid of you. I will carry you through your darkest night when you're terrified. I will carry you when the waters rise, when your hope runs dry. I will carry you up and over the mountains, valleys deep as the ocean. When you can't keep going, I will shoulder your burden up and over the valley deep as the ocean. When you can't keep going, I will shoulder your burdens. I will carry you through your darkest night. When you're terrified, I will carry you. When the waters rise, when your hope runs dry, I will carry you. I will carry you through your darkest night. When you're terrified, I will carry you. When the waters rise, when your hope runs dry, I will carry you.
Song, great song. Yes, okay. So, you will see several sponsors for this concert at the back of your printed program. And all of them are organizations that I cannot speak highly enough about. Dr. An of Aviara Centers is a spectacularly thorough, knowledgeable, and caring dentist who addresses sleep and breathing wellness as well. She recently released a tongue tie that I was born with, as I know her, and that tongue tie went undiagnosed until just last year. And it is a procedure that demands much follow-up, so I've come to know her and the others at her center very well. It is rare to find someone who says that going to their dentist, this is really the truth, I'm just reading it so I don't take too long to say things. It is rare to find someone who says that going to their dentist is a delightful and uplifting experience, but that is the only way I can describe my visits to see Dr. An. I can't recommend her centers highly enough, and I was so glad that she was not just interested, but eager to support this concert so that I can tell you all about her right now. I'm so impressed with the work that she does that I've asked her to speak to the worldwide membership of the New York Singing Teachers Association next season, which I am the current president of. Also, the professional caregivers from Absolute Senior Home Care have given so much support to me that I also wanted this concert to serve as a thank you to them, who come to tend to mom's needs while I see my voice students online a few days each week. There have been multiple caregivers from Absolute who have come to the house who have done so much more than their job expects them to do. The conversations I have had with some of them, the lunches some of them have offered to make for me in addition to mom, the house cleaning and laundry being done, all of it really means the world to me and makes my time at home so much easier. In fact, the song Caregivers that you're going to hear Susan sing in a few minutes was inspired by one of the caregivers from Absolute. One day she had to leave early and have someone come to relieve her because of an accident that her child had had at school that day. So that's, when someone's writing a song about you, you're doing something really, really special and good. So if you or someone you know could benefit from professional caregiving support, I cannot encourage you highly enough to reach out to Gabriella at Absolute. Rebecca's Retreat is a senior daycare from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, right here in La Mesa at the private home of Rebecca Chong. Mom never wants to leave home, but she will go twice a week to Rebecca's Retreat. And that speaks volumes, okay? The food is amazing. That time allows me to have some free time to make appointments for self-care, things like that, go fishing, whatever. And from the delicious lunches they have with food right from the backyard garden to the gentle exercise, conversations, and singing sometimes there. It is a really warm, wonderful place for someone to be able to go and trust that they will be well cared for and cherished. You will meet Becky at the reception since she is hosting it, and I highly encourage you to chat her up about her services. And finally, Patricia Sheridan is the person that I train my classical singing with, not my contemporary commercial singing, but my classical singing. And I have known and respected Patricia for decades and just started working with her a few years ago to keep on top of my classical voice technique. She really does wonders with singers and public speakers alike. And though she is in Manhattan, she does work with people online. So she is as easily accessible to anyone out here as she is in Manhattan. If you'd like to know more about her and her work, you are welcome to reach out to either her or to me. She has become a dear friend as well as a trusted colleague and mentor. And finally, why we're all here, the Southern Caregiver Resource Center has been such a source of support to me at this time that I really wanted to give something back to them, as well as hopefully offer to other people, like hopefully some of you who are in my shoes as caregivers yourselves, an opportunity to attend a live performance that might be uniquely accessible and meaningful to attend with your loved ones. So first, we're going to have a few words from Santiago Cullingford, the SCRC community educator. And then during the free will offering, Susan will sing our song, Caregivers. There you are.
Testing. Hi, everybody. First and foremost, I would like to thank you, Elizabeth. This is a wonderful, wonderful benefit concert, and thank you, everybody, for attending. Also, thank you, La Mesa Church, the organization. Thank you so, so, so much, everybody, for inviting me here. And I'm going to speak to you for about 5 minutes about our organization. So, my name is Santiago Cullingford. I am the community educator for Southern Caregiver Research Center. And I would like to see a show of hands. Who here has heard about our organization? Who here knows what Southern Caregiver do? No, not a lot of hands. Yeah, not a lot of hands, but that's okay. That's why I'm here today. So I'm going to give you a little bit about our background and what we do and some of the services that we provide completely for free in English and in Spanish. So can I have the next slide, please? Thank you so much. So a little bit of our background. I know that it's very small, but I will be talking about it. So our program was established in 1987. So if we do a little bit of math in our head, this year we're celebrating 35 years of being open and servicing our communities, which is awesome. And I would like to say that we provide services for families caring for frail older adults and adults living with Alzheimer's disease and related disorders in San Diego County. But not only San Diego County, we also spread all the way to Imperial County. So if you could see along all of these lines, we go from all the way right below Orange County, San Clemente, and then we go all the way down to the border. And then we also spread all the way to the left to Imperial Valley, which is awesome. So we can provide our resources to as much people as possible. So we serve over 100,000 families annually. 100,000 families, that's a lot. It's pretty great that we can offer our free services to all these families. And we can do this thanks to you guys' donations. And thank you to the San Diego County services that they can give us our grant so we can provide those services. So we also offer a variety of support services that include education, care planning, case management, counseling, respite care, which is our number one. People always are like, do you guys have respite care? Do you guys have respite care? And we do have respite care, but it's also, I would like to mention, it's temporary right now.
We give grants for free respite care for home.
Which is really great, yes. So you might be wondering, can I have a next slide, please? So you may be wondering, who qualifies for a program? Can anybody just qualify for a program? Well, it's very easy. Anyone who is caring for someone who has suffered a cognitive impairment after the age of 18, so not only just senior citizens, or for an older adult who is 60 years or older and have trouble doing their ADLs. ADLs, activities of daily living. So if you know somebody, it doesn't have to be a family, if you know a neighbor, if you know a friend that struggles doing their ADLs, like going to the restroom by themselves or driving or any other activity, or that you know that they might have some trouble with, and you think they could qualify for a program. Also, if you notice that they may be starting to show symptoms of memory loss, you definitely qualify for a program. You don't have to go to the doctors and ask, do I qualify for this program? We trust your word. So it's really wonderful. Anybody that needs the help can qualify for a program. Can I have the next slide, please? And then here's going to be a little bit of the services that we provide. So as I already said, we provide respite care, temporary respite care. So if you are a caregiver that is 24/7, so let's say that you take care of your mom, your friend, your neighbor, and you have to be with them 24/7, and you you don't have any time for yourself. We provide temporary respite care so you can go ahead and do anything that you need, either if you need to go get groceries, if you need to go to the doctor, if you just simply need some time off and need some respite care, we can provide that for you. We set aside, from our grants that the government gives us, we set aside some money for you to get the respite care, which is wonderful. We also provide short-term counseling, support groups. If you think that you want to have a conversation with other caregivers that are going through the same situations that you're going through, our support groups are awesome. We have them right now virtually, and then if you have more questions about our support groups, our table outside will be able to help you out with that. We have specialized information in our offices. We have a library full of books and magazines and all the other information about Alzheimer's disease, memory loss, and anything that you could possibly imagine. We have that information. We have education and training classes. I give out monthly and weekly, I give out classes about Alzheimer's, dementia. I teach the community about symptoms, things that are very well known, treatments that are known, and not all the things that we could possibly know about Alzheimer's and dementia. We give out all that information. And Reach to Caregivers Calma classes. I'll talk about that more in the next slide. Case management, employer resource. If you have a company that you think would benefit from our classes and our programs, we can go ahead and go to your company and give out a presentation or just a chat with your employers. And then legal and financial consultation. Who here is excellent at filling out hospital forms and tax forms and all that extremely hard information? I'm not, so I don't expect to see any raised hands. It's really complicated, and we can even offer a 1-hour free consultation with a lawyer. So it's pretty great to take advantage of that. If you think you would benefit from talking to a lawyer for free for 1 hour, definitely we have those services for you. And then we have the Together Care Respite Program, which is our permanent respite, but as of right now, our program is full. Can I have the next slide, please? So Reach to Caregivers Calma, maybe some of you heard from my promotoras, my outreach persons out there. We offer a class, I can give you the exact information right here. So it's a 2-hour Reach class for 4 weeks. So only 4 weeks you take a 2-hour class either online or in person, and then after you finish the course, you are a specialized caregiver for Alzheimer's and dementia. All of a sudden you take these classes and now you know you're an expert in Alzheimer's, which is pretty great. And we offer these classes completely for free. If you're interested in signing up for these classes, they're often in English and Spanish, you can go ahead and talk to my promotoras out there. And then I'm also gonna be out there if you have any other questions. Can I have the next slide, please? I just wanna, we're gonna have also, this is a wonderful concert that I'm giving for free, but next weekend we also have a ticketed benefit concert that all the money fundraiser is gonna go for our respite care programs, so we can offer more respite for more families. So if you guys are interested in buying a ticket for another concert for other San Diego local superstars, I would like to call them, if you're interested, you can either, it's a little bit more complicated, but outside I have more information about how to get a ticket for that event, which is pretty awesome. Next slide, please. And then here's our website. So it's www.caregivercenter. So if you just remember Caregiver Center, and you can probably find it online. SouthernCaregiverCenter.org, and then you can find all of our information. The next slide, please. You can find us on social media. We have a really big Facebook group and YouTube. If you go to our YouTube, you can find all of the classes that we've ever done about Alzheimer's and dementia. Any information that you could possibly need, you could find it on our YouTube and our Facebook channels. Just look up in YouTube, Southern Caregiver Resource Center, and you can probably find us. Last slide, please. Wait a second. Yeah, so that's our website, www.caregivercenter.org, and then the phone numbers are also going to be here. Or phone numbers, all the information is offered outside. My name is Santiago Collingford. Thank you so much for attending this wonderful concert. I'm really happy to see all your faces here today. Thank you so much.
You leave your own to care for mine. I often wonder how much time you have for those I do not see. I sing this song to honor thee. Your gifts of love, care, and advice, my gratitude cannot suffice to repay you for all you've done. You are the hero that's oft unsung. I lift my voice in thanks to thee. I praise you now with much humility, relieving suffering, hurt, and strife. The gifts you give reveal a life that understands the pain I bear. You do much more beyond your duties here. Your gifts of grace relieve despair. And with these words I now declare, I lift my voice in thanks to thee. I praise you now with much humility, relieving suffering, hurt, and strife. The grace you bring restores our lives.
So we'll take a few minutes, 3 or 4 minutes if you want to stretch your legs, go to the restroom, and we'll start up again in about 4 minutes. What's that? What's it? My native land now meets my eye. The old oaks raise their boughs on high. Violets greeting seem. Ah, 'tis a dream, oh, 'tis a dream. And when in distant lands I roam, my heart will wander to my home, while these visions and fancies teem. Still let me dream. Still let me dream.
first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave to the dark and the endless skies. And the first time ever I kissed your mouth, I felt the earth move in my hand, like the trembling heart of a captive bird that was there at my command, my love. And the first time ever I lay with you, I felt your heart so close to mine, and I knew our joy would fill the earth and last until the end of time, my love. And the first time ever I saw your face, your face, your face, your face. The moon, first time I heard your voice, moonlight burst into the room, and I saw your eyes, and I saw your smile, and the world opened wide, and the world was inside of me, and I catch my breath, and I laugh, and I blush, and I hear guitars. You're so good for
our secret. This winter sky, how can anyone sleep? There was never such a night before. I feel like putting my arms around my knees and squeezing tight as possible. Your childlike eyes and your distant smile, I'll never be this happy again. You and I, you and today. Maybe he came already, and he's sitting in the drawing room, and I simply forgot.
Hidden places you can't see. I close the door behind me to forgotten toys and memories, secure in boxes from the past. I leave the room and at last I mask my pain for what can't be seen. I hide in shame. Hidden places you can't see. I close the door behind me to to a moment in time, moving yet still, amidst the clutter against my will. I open my eyes and choose to see the hurt and pain that molded me into this person I've grown to be. Unveiled places you can see. I opened the door and now I'm free.
I am so excited that G-Dog and Pete could join us today. If it will make you happy to join us on any of these next three songs, you are more than welcome to do so. Yeah, Canadian Sunset. Once I was alone, so lonely, and then you came out of nowhere like the sun up from the hills. Cold, cold was the wind. Warm, warm were your lips. Out there on that ski trail where your kiss filled me with thrills. A weekend in Canada, a change of scene was the most I bargained for. And then I discovered you, and in your eyes I found the love that I couldn't ignore. Down, down came the sun. Fast, fast, fast beat my heart. I knew when the sun set from that day we'd never ever part. the sunset. From that day, we'd never ever part.
Key of G. All right. Yeah, I'll give you that. Look for this wink. It's my glass eye. One, two, three, two, three.
There's a summer place where it may rain or storm, yet I'm safe and warm, for within that summer place your arms reach out to me, and I'm safe and free from all care, for it knows there are no gloomy skies when seen through the eyes of those who are blessed with love. And the sweet secret of a summer place is that it's anywhere when two people share all their hopes, all their dreams, all their love. The sweet secret of a summer place is that it's anywhere when two people share all their hopes, all their dreams, all their love. Thank you. And just in case there's anyone here who longs for Indiana, I just thought this was such a great song. I was hoping maybe someone would be here who it reminds them of home. Let me know at the reception if you're here.
What are we doing now? Okay, let's do
Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still burning bright all through the sycamores. For me, the new mown hay sends all its fragrance through the fields I used to roam. When I think about the moonlight on the Wabash, how I long for my Indiana home. Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still burning bright through the sycamore. For me, the new mown hay sends all its fragrance through the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, how I long for my Indiana home. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, how I long for my Indiana home. So, thank you all so much for coming today, and I hope there's still one more. This is just what I say right before the last song. I hope the songs and the thoughts that I have shared have brought you joy and grace and strength for the journey, and the recognition that you might be seen in your life circumstances. This last song really sums up how I feel about my time these days with Mom. And I hope that if you're a caregiver yourself, it speaks to you and buoys you in the way that it does me.
What key?
No.
Later, baby.
There's a far land, I'm told, where I'll find a field of gold, but here I'll stay with you. And they say a sandy illusion. It's the theme of a dream gone astray. And the world others woo, I can find love in you. And so here I'll stay. Since I was old enough to long and hearken to a tender song, and learned that life should be ever fair, but not by living in the air. My longing used to be that I'd hear it said to me, there's a far land, I'm told, where I'll find a field of gold. But here I'll stay with you. And they say there's an isle deep with clover, where your heart wears a smile all day through. But I know well they're wrong, and I know where I belong. And here I'll stay with you. For that land is a sandy illusion. It's the theme of a dream gone astray. And the world others woo, I can find love in you. And so here I'll stay. I'll stay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out and for putting up with all the strange technical issues we had along the way. There's a really lovely reception over in the social hall that Becky's Retreat has offered for us. So I'd love to see you there. Thank you.